Wizards of the Coast just put out their Spider-Man set survey. And while these set surveys aren't new, we get these about every set almost. This one is causing a little bit of controversy because of this question that's asking about whether social media influencers negatively affected your opinion of the set. Now, this kind of feels like a cop-out from Wizards of the Coast, as if they want to look for some way to blame the failure of the set on the social media influencers who just generally didn't care for it that much. Now, we don't actually know how well Spider-Man did because Wizard of the Coast hasn't released any kind of numbers or statement. But based on the fact that we had low LGS turnout for pre-releases and the fact that you can still find Spider-Man packs on the shelves just about everywhere when you couldn't even find failed sets like Assassin's Creed's on the shelves, that suggests that it's not doing all that well. Now, generally, the social media influencers that I follow that were talking about Magic were overwhelmingly positive, or at least tried to maintain a veneer of positivity, even when it was clear that they really weren't looking forward to this particular set. I myself am a huge Spider-Man fan. When this was announced, I was cautiously optimistic. The first cards came out, I was excited, and then the more I saw, the less interested I became, because the Spider-Man that was being shown wasn't really the Spider-Man that I fell in love with. I fell in love with this street level hero Spider-Man, not this multidimensional character that's been done 118 different ways. Now, there are some additional questions on here that are raising some eyebrows. The ones that really got under my skin were the ones asking how I felt about the setting, the story, and the world building for this set. To which my reaction was, what setting, story, and world building? This is a Spider-Man crossover set. They really didn't try to tell any specific story. They didn't try to tell a new one or adapt an old one. Instead, they just sort of took snapshots from all over Spider-Man's history with a focus on the multiverse stuff from the Miles Morales movies. And I didn't see any kind of story. I didn't see any world building. They took New York City, as told by Marvel Comics, and slapped it onto some cards and said, good enough. That's actually my main issue with a lot of these universes beyond, is that there's no real world building. There's no story being told. It's just taking someone else's property and slapping it onto a Magic card and saying, that's fine, it's going to make $1 million. $1 billion, probably. So that was my main issue, I think, with the set, was that it didn't feel like Magic because it felt like an imitation of Magic.